So yeah, there's gonna be spoilers in this. So if you don't want spoilers for episode 9, the final episode, then get out of here. All right, enjoy. Oh, hey, do you like to set up? Yeah, it's based off of the Pointless Hub thing, but I couldn't make it drawn because obviously that would kind of be copying. So I decided to just make the background the one actual location. Woo-woo. But because I don't want to spoil, wait, no, this is a review, so there's gonna be spoilers. So once again, if you don't want to get spoiled, then get out of here. Shoo shoo, shoo shoo, shoo shoo. All right, the last act. It was decent. The other day when I was definitely when I was in school, when the episode got leaked, I remember one of my friends saw it and calling it terrible. They called it awful. They literally started to call the Amazing Digital Circus officially a kids show. Like they said, it was that bad. You were not gonna like it, and they refunded the tickets and all that stuff, and yeah. And if you have seen my shorts on the main channel, I asked out a girl to go watch the Amazing Digital Circus, the last act. So I watched it with her. She thought it was amazing. She thought it was great. It's because she'd never seen the show before. But a fan, I looked at it as meh. It was decent. It was emotional. But some things were pretty stupid in my opinion. First off, we're going to start with the positives. And then we're going to move on to the negatives. All right. So the positives are... The tone was great. I loved, like, in this episode, there is tears. A lot of tears. Many people, almost like every character cried. Like, started literally crying. Like, there's a bunch of tear animations in this. Like, Kang Dead shows how much, like, it shows how much, the circus needed him. You get it. But, like, it showed everybody in depressive state, but obviously I loved how it was healing over time, and the music score they were playing when everybody was getting together, trying to rebuild the circus, that was nice. I loved that, and I loved how Jax was just separating himself from the group, because he just didn't feel like he belonged in the group, I think. If I'm wrong, please tell me in the comments. And I've done this because I've done this before to some people. I have walked up to someone and trying to talk to them, but just saying never mind at the end and just leaving. And maybe, if he said that, he wouldn't have abstracted. The thing that still sucks about abstraction, we still don't know how abstraction looks like. Like, it's obvious, like, it has to be, like, obviously, like, the black goo, like, corrupts you, but I was expecting to see how abstraction would look like with Jax. But no. Jax just ends up just walking off somewhere, abstracting alone. By himself. Once the gang figures it out, it's already too late. Which, in my opinion, I would have really loved them to do that, but I just love how it just cuts to just Jax just being abstracted. I thought it meant because the cellar was open. I thought it meant like abstractions were coming out the cellar. But no, it meant that Jax got caught in the cellar, which when he got abstracted, which I love. I loved the entire Ragatha and Pomni like hug scene. Like me and my friend said there's gonna be disgusting fan art of that. There's definitely gonna be fan art of that. Do not think that the Amazing Digital Circus fandom, dark fandom, is gonna be that sweet about that. I loved it. I loved that entire scene. It was beautiful. It was just amazing. I loved it. It was so good. It was incredible. That was an incredible scene, and I hope in the future, in any future glitch production thing, they can make a better. They can just make it a whole time better, because that was incredible. How incredible that scene was. Okay. Now it's time for them trying to reconnect with Jax. Okay, it sucks that it was only Pomni, but I did love how it was showing Jax's personalities with I guess his personalities in his own mind. Because a theory I've heard around that Jax was just faking. He was like faking his personality. He was faking of him being an a-hole, being a jerk, all that stuff. He was faking his personality with all that stuff. I think that's what it was. It was funny. It was definitely funny. It was weird. It was definitely really weird. It was really weird. I hate it. It was really weird. That just made me feel awkward. I loved Jax's like backstory and all that. It was a decent backstory. I loved how like he doesn't know if he killed his own mom. He doesn't know if he killed his own mom, because like the mom hugged him after they were in an argument. He pushed the mom away, just like he pushed Pomni in episode 6, and the mom fell. She hit her. She most likely hit her head or something, because she just stopped moving. Jax got scared. He ran away, and yeah, he just ran away. Like, he didn't call the police. He didn't do anything. Just ran away. So he doesn't know what happened. And I love how Ribbit was trying to connect with him. And then Jax just pushing Ribbit away because Ribbit was getting closer to him. And then, next thing you know it, Ribbit abstracts. Most likely Ribbit abstracts because Ribbit just, I guess, started getting alone. I kind of not like, well, yeah, that's in the negatives. We'll talk about that, but later. Ribbit abstracts. Jax just tries to like keep his emotions in, obviously. And then he starts calling Cosmo crazy. When he figures out Cosmo abstracts, I love how he looks himself in the mirror and says, you better not be crying like this. Like he looks at himself and it's just like, you're not crying. You're not crying in this body. I think that's what he said, like, I believe. That was an amazing scene. I love that. That was so good. Like, there's definitely some incredible scenes in here. That was so good. And I love the entire Pomni hugging Jax for the very last, hopefully not for the very last time, but for the very last time. Jax hugging, Pomni hugging Jax, and him saying he doesn't want to go while he's crying, saying how he's a terrible person, and it's just one street light while Pomni just starts running towards him. I love that scene. It was incredible, and that, like, if the rest of the if the previous scenes didn't make me weird and awkward, I most likely would have cried in that scene, because that was an emotional scene right there. Like, that was emotional. I feel myself tearing up from that. That scene was emotional. That was amazing. And yeah, okay. Now it's time for the negatives, which you guys might not want to hear. Kane being alive is stupid. It's so dumb. He shouldn't have been alive. He should have just stayed dead. Like, it makes no sense, because I thought Gooseworks actually said that Kane was going to be insta-dead. He wasn't going to show up in episode 9, but he ended up showing up, so yay. It's so good. I did not like Kane being alive, dude. That, in my opinion, that kind of ruined it for me. I hated when Kane was being alive. That was so stupid. But, what's the other thing? It's not a complaint. It's hilarious. Like, I remember in the theater, we were watching Pomni trying to like trick Jax into going into the rooms, so he could so Pomni could like connect with Jax, because Pomni knows that like the abstractions cannot, like, they get more calm and docile in the darkness, like Kinger. So she pulls out a gun, and I'm telling you, everyone laughed when Pomni pulled out that gun and just started shooting. We just started laughing. It was hilarious just seeing Pomni just pull out that gun. Just out of nowhere, she just pulled out the gun. Gun. I also did not like The Conjuring. Like, like how like Kinger was saying how they can conjure items, like how Kane does, like how we can just spawn stuff, he can like control stuff. I don't like how other characters can do that. I didn't like that in episode 8. I did not like it in this episode as well. It was weird. I hated it. I did not like it, in my opinion. I thought it was bad. I did not like it. But yeah, I just did not like the Conjuring thing, and also, I wish the other characters had a chance to shine in this final episode. They basically didn't. I believe they have like at least like 10 to like 15 minutes of screen time in the final episode, which sucks. It's mostly just Jax and Pomni, which in my opinion, like, sure, I kind of liked how I knew they had to wrap up Jax's character arc, which in my opinion, this is another bad thing. This shouldn't have been a series finale. It shouldn't have been a series finale. I don't know why they're ending a series like that. Like, really, this is how the series is gonna end. Like, in my opinion, I think why many people might be the reason why many people not like this series finale is because it it shouldn't really be a series finale. It should have been like a season finale. Cause like it would be cool to show Jack's like character point to be like it would, in my opinion, it would have been cool if like the final episode would have been Jax's entire narrative closing up. Yeah, sure, Drax can still abstract and many other things can happen, but you lead up to a season 2. I don't like how it's just known to be a series finale, and the series finale has only just Jax and just Pomni and Jax as mostly the main characters in that series finale, while none of the other characters, the side characters, none of the side characters, we don't get any wrap up for Zubul, we don't get any wrap up for Gangle, we don't get any wrap ups for Ragatha, Kinger, we get none of those wrap ups. Like they're just cast to the sidelines. They only show up at the beginning and they end up showing up at the end. In my opinion, that's so stupid. They shouldn't have done that. It should have been all. It's 6 of them, right? Wait, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 6 of them. Yeah, it should have been all 6 of them in. They should have shown all 6 of them. Yes, it's gonna be hard to show a series finale to have all 6 characters in like a big story. That would have been hard, but like you can't have them. There's no reason to put them on the poster of them. Like there's no reason to have them in the episode and call this a series finale if we're not gonna go back through any of their traumas, any of their stuff. It's just gone. There's no reason to have them there. There's no reason, which sucks, cause like. This is why I say it shouldn't have been a series finale. It should have been like a season finale. I don't know why they decided not to make it a season finale, because in my opinion, if it was a season finale, people wouldn't call it as bad. I'm not saying it's bad. It's good. I love the series finale. It's really hard to get a good series finale right, but it just doesn't feel like a series finale. It feels like a season finale, because like there's still like we don't know much. Like sure, like we had that. Like, sure, when Kang returns, he decides to, like, kill. I also hate when Kang returned back to them and say, I understand now. Like, that's so dumb. I'm still saying Kang should have died. Like, now we have another one in the Max category. Max should have died in season 4 of Stranger Things. Kang should have died in episode 8 of The Amazing Digital Circus. I'm sorry, Kang should have died. It's so dumb. Like, they had this entire joke of Kang being dead, but they just decided to never mind, he's not dead anymore. Like that's dumb. I'm sorry, that's really stupid. I hated that. That's so dumb. That's actually really dumb. I also did not like how Kaufman was animated. I'm sorry, I did not like how Kaufman was animated. I'm sorry, I did not like it. But that's about it. It was a decent series finale. Definitely not the best episode. I'm not saying it's the best episode. I do know it's the best episode. It was a good episode. It was a good season finale. It was a good series finale. It was great. Maybe I don't recommend watching in theaters, but if you do want to, you can. I'm really glad the show ran for 3 years, and I'm glad it was able to leave at least a decent taste in my mouth. It didn't end terribly like Stranger Things, thankfully. And yeah, I'm really happy they were at least able to kind of finish the series great, and hope that the other Glitch shows will be able to live the hype as the Amazing Digital Circus. I hope. I really do hope. So yeah. Thank you, Amazing Digital Circus. You gave us so much over the years, and we appreciate you for giving us laughs, more laughs, and I guess stuff. But yeah, thank you, and thank you for helping me get my first date. Just kidding. It wasn't a date. It was a hangout to her. I'm just kidding. But yeah, I give the last act an 8 out of 10. It was a good episode. I loved it. I liked it. I'm not gonna say I loved it. I liked it. So we're not gonna go into the other 8 episodes. I was considering of doing that when episode 8 released, but I just decided not to do it at the end of the day. So we're just gonna do them now. So episode 1, it was decent. It's kind of awkward when you look at, and for me, it's kind of awkward looking it back to it. It's not the best thing ever, but I like the episode. It was a great introduction to the series. So we're gonna give episode 1 an 8 out of 10. Okay, episode 2, did not like it as much as episode 1. Wasn't the biggest fan of Gummy Goo, but I liked how Pomni's trauma was, like, all that stuff. Like, I liked all that. Like, I loved Jax's and the other side characters. That was really nice. I liked it. So we're gonna give that one also an 8 out of 10, but episode 1 is still before that. Episode 3, it's a decent episode, but dude, do not watch reactions for this episode, because if you do, it might make you hate it, because, like, I remember seeing videos of, it's doors, oh my god, episode 3 is doors. I saw a video literally called, if the Amazing Digital Circus episode 3 was doors. I wanted to shoot that person in the face, but yeah, but all that aside, another 8 out of 10, and episode 4, another 8 out of 10. Fast food, torture, Ragatha gets drunk, Jax doesn't like Gangle's happy face, and Gangle almost abstracts. All right, but before then, episodes 1 to 4, I looked at the Amazing Digital Circus as decent. I wouldn't call, people were calling it amazing, incredible. I called it decent. I didn't call it the greatest thing in the world. I called it decent. Episode 5, that's when we get into the juicier stuff. Episode 5, incredible. I loved all the animation styles. I loved the intermission time. I loved the adventures. I loved that was the beginning of Jax's character arc. Not character arc, like Jax's like entire trauma. I loved that. I loved it. Yeah, we're gonna give episode 5 a 9 out of 10. Episode 6. Episode 6, everyone gets guns. I loved it. I loved the entire fight against Jax and Pomni. That was incredible. Amazing voice acting. I that was incredible. I loved the entire emotional scene with Ragatha and Kinger. Incredible as well. It was just an incredible episode. Even the character wars was incredible. It was just amazing. I loved it. Definitely another 9 out of 10. No, it's a 9.5 out of 10. Episode 7. My opinion, episode 7 is the best episode in the entire show. I'm saying it. I loved how it was showing them about to leave the circus. I loved how it was giving them hope, and then I loved Abel, like making us want to trust Abel, and just getting tricked at the end with King, just saying it's all an adventure at the end, and then that cliffhanger ending at the end where they're all pissed off at King and because they were just wanting to leave, and yeah, I love that episode. That's another 7 out of 10. I mean, not 7 out of 10, a 9.5 out of 10. I would even consider giving it 10 out of 10, but, 10 out of 10. That was great. I loved that episode. Okay, episode 8. It was also a good episode. I loved the one who's running on the street. That was a great song. I loved how King was trying to fulfill his purpose. That was also incredible. The voice act. It was all great. I loved it. Didn't focus on Jax's drama, though, in episode 8. That's one of my nitpicks, but yeah, it was still a great episode. Give that one a 9 out of 10. Yeah, 9 out of 10. It's a 9.5 out of 10. A 9.5 out of 10. Yeah. And obviously, episode 9 gets an 8.5. An 8 out of 10. So yeah, that's about it. Yeah. So first is episode 7. Second is episode 8. Second is episode 6. Third is episode 8. Fourth is episode 5. Fifth is episode 1. Yeah, episode 1. No, not episode 1. Fifth is episode 3. Sixth is episode 3. Seventh is episode 4, and last, which is ninth, is 8th is episode 2. Sorry, episode 2. Oh yeah, I forgot about episode 9. Episode 9 goes above episode 3. All right, so it's episode It's episode 7, 6, 8, 9. Wait, no, 8, 5, 9, 3, 1, 4, and 2. That's my ranking on the entire episode, The Digital Circus. Alright, now it's time for the end. So yeah, thank you, Amazing Digital Circus, for bringing us to Glitch and making us watch our other good shows. If you guys want me to watch any other indie shows, YouTube shows, who knows, maybe Skibidi Toilet, but yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Remember to like and subscribe with notifications on, and I'll see you all next time. And remember to stay intense with those reviews. Bye-bye.